Gentlemen, what's going on? Happy Sunday. I'm finally back in my house. It's good to be back. But welcome in, everyone. Sunday Conversation. Today is October 13th, 2024. It's been a crazy week. I'm finally back home. Like I said, it's good to be back. Good to get back into the groove of working. So I got two things I want to take a look at today. One's kind of technology related. The other one kind of motivational and self-improvement. So first thing I want to do is plug the Taylor's Code. So if you're watching this video and you're not in the Taylor's Code, the link is going to be in the description of this video and the link is going to be in the bio of my profile. So get into there and see what we're all about. See what the community is doing. See different ways that you can make money in crypto, e-commerce, sales, real estate, all different types of professionals in there that are going to teach you different things that you could learn and you could put into application, and you could learn and you could grow and you could build these skill sets, right? So just want you guys to get in there, get involved, follow, like, subscribe to the channel. Throw a like on this, throw some comments on there, get that algorithm pumping, and we'll get these videos going. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers too. That is the goal, since we've, not have gone with a YouTube manager as of right now. So we're trying to get there organically. But the first thing I want to touch on today in this video is a book that I picked up a couple months ago. And I didn't get really the chance to read until I started traveling a couple weeks ago. Put it down for a couple days, picked it back up yesterday while I was traveling back home, and ended up finishing it. So the book is, if you could tell by the thumbnail, The Power of Positive Thinking by Norman Vincent Peale, right? So this book's pretty interesting, right? This is going to talk about self-fulfillment and conquering your mind over actually what your body wants to do is one thing, right? Because your body, say you work out for an hour, your body's tired. Your body doesn't want to keep going. But your mind can tell your body to keep going, to keep pushing. So it's about separating the mind from the body and to actually take control of your body, take control of your mind, and do things that you wouldn't normally be able to do. So what's in this book, right? So there's a couple different things that we could touch on, and I marked some things that I want to talk about kind of in the beginning of the book, and some just key points here. So some key points that I have on the book. So the first that the book taught me, and that's kind of on the back here of what it is, and I'll explain it more. So the first point they have here is it'll teach you to expect the best and get the best, right? So obviously, everybody wants to be their best self. Everybody has the chance to improve their life and be better. And what this book kind of teaches you is to get yourself in a mind frame where you know what the best outcome is in a situation, and then devising a plan to go get that. And this book actually is a little more spiritual than I thought it would be. It talks a lot about God, and it talks a lot about prayer methods to get things you want to do. And that's a big part of this book, is it talks a lot about prayer and to pray into things that you want to get. So expecting the best and getting it, how does that relate to us, right? So if you're a business person or you want to be a business person, what is the best possible outcome for your situation, right? So you want a brand new supercar, right? You want a brand new house. You want all the money in the world that your business can provide. So these are things that you expect to get, and get into that mind frame that you can have it. No matter what it is, if you tell your mind that you can have it, you could get it. It will come. That is so important, and that is the first chapter is about believing in yourself, right? So I just highlighted a couple chapters that I liked and that I want to talk about. And that is the first chapter, is believing in yourself. And I thought that point goes with expecting the best and getting the best. So believing in yourself is super key. Oh, I don't want to lose my mark. Expecting the best and getting it, believing in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself that you could go get anything you want, then yes, I am back in Florida. If you don't believe that you could go get anything you want, then you're already starting at a disadvantage, right? You're already starting back of the playing field because you don't even think you could get it. People in this world have gone and got the things that you want, but then you don't believe that you could go get it yourself. That's a recipe to be unsuccessful and to be a loser for the rest of your life, right? So you have to believe that you could go get it. You could see that what these people do, replicate the formula and work hard consistently to go get that, right? So, second part of the book that I thought was very interesting to me, because I resonated a lot with this one, is A Peaceful Mind Generates Power. And I'm going to read a segment out of the book here that I marked down related to this. So let me get there quick. And I thought this was super interesting because this is something that everybody deals with in today's world, whether it's a digital screen that you're looking at, social media, whether that's you just live on a busy street with cars flying by, or you live in a city where there's helicopters like I do. I live downtown, so there's always some kind of thing going on. Or whether that you live with 3 or 4 people that are just loud, they want to go out, they want to party, right? So you can't really get that, you can't get that focus you need to actually sit down. So I'm going to read a section out of the book here, just one page, just one paragraph or one page here. So this is, again, I'll just say it. To find a peaceful mind that generates power. That is the name of this chapter. So I'm going to read it. Another effective technique in developing a peaceful mind is the daily practice of silence. Everyone should insist upon not less than a quarter of an hour of absolute quiet every 24 hours. Go alone into the quietest place available to you and sit or lie down for 15 minutes and practice the art of silence. I don't think people do that enough these days. I definitely don't. Do not talk to anyone. Do not write. Do not read. Think as little as possible and throw your mind into neutral. Conceive your mind as quiescent and active. This will not be easy at first because your thoughts are stirring up in your mind at all times. But practice will increase your efficiency in a quiet and peaceful mind. Conceive your mind as the surface of a body of water. See how nearly quiet you can make it, no ripples. Then begin to listen for those deeper sounds of harmony and beauty and of God that are to be found in the essence of silence. People, unfortunately, are not skilled in this practice, which is a pity. Silence is the element in which great things fashion themselves into reality. This generation of people has missed something that our forefathers knew and which helped to condition their character. And this is the silence of the great forest and the great plains of earth. Perhaps our lack of inner peace is due to some extent to the effect of noise upon the nervous system of modern people. Scientific experiments show that noise in the place where we work, live, or sleep reduces the efficiency to a noticeable degree of our minds. Contrary to popular belief, it is doubtful if we ever completely adjust our physical, mental, or nervous mechanisms to the noise. No matter how familiar a repeated sound becomes, it never passes unheard to our subconscious. This includes automobile horns, the roar of airplanes, other strenuous noises actually result in a physical activity during your sleep. So, I thought that was a very interesting paragraph or page in The Peaceful Mind Generates Power, right? Because the world we live in now is go, 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 go. Even myself, like this is something that I could work on and get better at. For me, I'm going nonstop. I wake up at 7 a.m., I work out, I get to work. I work until 9 p.m. sometimes, right? I'm on the computer for 12 hours a day. I work, and then when I'm done with work, I'm still thinking about it. I'm still thinking about waking up the next day and getting after it again, right? So when am I going to find that time to decompress, not look at a screen, sit down, not even journal, it says, which I thought was surprising because some people like to journal their thoughts, but not even journal your thoughts. Just completely sit in silence. Don't think about anything. Just let your brain kind of wander and kind of control it. So that's an interesting thing that we could all work on. Another chapter that I liked, that I highlighted, was how to have constant energy. And this is what I talked about in the beginning of being able to separate the mind from the body. Because your body is going to get tired, right? Your body needs calories and food to burn, to be a human, right? To be energized, to walk around, to go exercise, to work, right? Your body needs this food and it needs energy to go. But your mind doesn't need as much energy, right? Your mind is up at all times of the day. Even when you're sleeping, your mind is wandering, your mind's working. So this is the disconnect between the mind and the body. You have to train yourself, especially when you're in the gym doing a physical activity. Your brain is going to want to keep going and going, but your body is not. Your body's going to tell your brain, okay, listen, I did 100 push-ups. My arms are sore. My chest is tired. I can't do anymore. Your mind's going to go, oh, okay, the body's tired. Let's give it the rest of the day off, right? But if you train your mind to keep pushing the body, keep pushing it. The same goes with work, right? Like I said, I'll be on the computer for 12 hours a day, right? But if I really need to get something done, get that 13th hour in, I could train my brain to do that. Just one more hour, focus up, dial in, right? Eliminate distractions is a huge one, because once your brain gets distracted, it's using energy in different places. So it's super important to be clear focused and tell your body, tell your mind, tell your eyeballs to look at this a little longer, write this a little bit longer. Those are all different things that we could do to keep going and to have constant energy, as this book says. So what does having constant energy mean to me? It means, like I said, separating my mind from my body and my mind having control over my actions. That's what constant energy means. Because like I said, the body's going to get tired and it's going to give out at some point. But if you have a strong mind and a strong will, you'll be able to keep going. So another section of the book that was very good was developing the power to reach your goals. And this kind of ties in with both of the things I was talking about before. Expecting the best. So obviously you're going to want your goals to be lofty. You want your goals to be high. You want to get to the pinnacle of whatever industry you're in, right? Whether you're in crypto, whether you're in e-commerce, whether you're in sales, right? You want to be the best. So how do you get there? One, it's having a strong mind, being able to control your body and being consistent, and also telling your body to keep working when it's tired, when it doesn't want to work out anymore. Your mind is stronger than your body, so your mind tells it what to do. And also expecting the best and getting it. It's a combination of both. So don't put your goals too low. Obviously, you want to have attainable goals, but at the same time, you want your goals to be lofty. So how do you develop the power to reach these goals? One, it's being consistent and telling your mind that, hey, I got to wake up every day, 7 a.m., I got to work for 2 hours before I do anything, right? Wake up, work. That's a good start. That's a good start to the day. Before you do anything else, do the most important thing of the day. That's something this book said. Wake up and do the most important thing of that day, and then everything else seems easy after that. For me, personally, I think going to the gym is the hardest part of my day, right? Working on the computer all day is easy to me, right? I'm just looking at screens. I'm collaborating with people. That stuff's easy. For me, the hardest part of my day is physical. It's actually getting in the gym and ripping dumbbells, doing pull-ups, right? That's the hardest part for me. So that's why I like to do that first thing in the morning, because then I get it done with and everything else seems easy. I feel good. I feel energized. So developing the power to reach your goals is, in my opinion, training yourself to do things you don't want to do. That's how I feel, because these goals are going to be lofty. They're going to seem unattainable. Some of my goals feel unattainable, right? I want $500,000 in crypto by the end of 2025 is a new goal that I wrote down. Does it seem unattainable? A little bit, maybe, but it's lofty. That's a goal. You know, goals aren't supposed to be easy. So that's one thing. Next point I have here. Let me see. Let me check the table of contents if I had any more that I wanted to there. Okay, yeah, last one in the table of contents, and then I'll talk about some of the other points on the back of the book. But this chapter I liked. One of my favorite ones was the inflow of new thoughts and ideas can remake you as a person. So I think everybody would agree with this, right? So where do I want to start with this? So people that peaked in high school, let's say, right? They might still have the same ideologies that they had when they were in high school, right? They live in the same place. They drive the same car. They have the same job since they were 18 years old, right? How many new ideas are those people coming up with? I would say probably not a lot. They're just going through the motions at this point. Wake up, go to work, do this. Wake up, go to work, whatever they do, right? TV, make dinner, go to bed, repeat. So how do you get those influx of new ideas? Well, you have to put yourself in uncomfortable positions to remake you as a person. So the person that's going through the same routine every single day, how are they going to remake themselves as a person? Well, obviously they have to change. They have to change something they're doing. And if you feel stuck as a person, the easiest thing to do is just change your routine, change your job, change whatever. You could start to change yourself and change your thoughts and your mindsets just by what your routine is on the day to day. Going back to controlling your mind. It's what are you going to wake up and do that's most important that day that's going to change you and make you as a person. So what the book kind of touched on in this book, in this chapter, was inflow of new thoughts can remake you, and it kind of related to faith, right? Religion, belief in a higher power of God, and how your mindset in that can lead you to a fulfilled life in terms of what you look forward to. So people that take on faith and people that take on a religion now have a higher power to look up to and to think about, as opposed to just thinking about themselves. That's what this kind of chapter related to. But what I thought about when I was reading it was the term of new thoughts. How many people are thinking creatively in this day and age? Not a lot. And how do you think creatively? It's putting yourselves in new positions and new businesses and new skills, learning all this stuff. And this is what related with me was you have to just get these new thoughts in other ways. They're not just going to come to you. You have to put yourself in position to be able to learn this stuff. And that's why I think the Taylor's Code is so great. And this is why I highlighted this section of the book, is because people that are coming into the Taylor's Code, right? They might think they know everything, right? They might think they're happy at their job. They're happy with the skills they have. But in reality, if you want to grow and you want to reach the pinnacle of what you could be as a person, you have to wander into the unknown. I wandered into the unknown with streaming videos like this, right? I never did it before. And I always see people online that were doing it. And we see the degenerates and the kind of people that are live streamers these days that are rich, making millions of dollars. But there's nobody out there that is teaching people at a massive level. Maybe, Andrew Tate in Hustlers University, he's a different like league of his own, right? But we need more positive streaming and video creation to teach the youth that these things are possible. And going back to the inflow of new thoughts and how it relates to this is I never thought I'd be streaming like this like a year ago today, right? People in the chat, people in the Taylor's Code coming in and wanting to learn. And yeah, we are here to help the masculine youth. Yes, that's what we want to do, right? We want to empower the youth to be able to learn new things that they might not have had the ability to learn, 10, 15, 20 years ago. Someone in my position 15, 20 years ago would have never had a network, had a sense of community, or even the skills that I have now is because I went out and I learned them on the internet. But now I want to give back to the youth and be able to teach the things I know now to someone that I wish when I was 13, 14, 15 years old on the internet doing nothing besides, just learning the internet at the time because it was, kind of new, Instagram and all that kind of stuff, Facebook. But now we're in such a power where the internet is so powerful that you could teach people these things in one video, right? So knowledge is power. Knowledge is the future. So bringing in new ideas and new thoughts is a great thing to do. You have to get out of your comfort zone to get those thoughts. So let's see. I have a couple more points here that we could touch on. So breaking the habit of worry and achieve a relaxed life. So once you do get to that point where, let's say, you start making some money and you are working 12 to 14 hours a day, right? You're stressed out. I think it ties into what we were talking about before in terms of finding some peace and quietness and giving your brain a break for 15 to 30 minutes a day ties in with this point. So how do you achieve a relaxed life? Well, one, you have to have goals of what you want to achieve. Once you get to those goals that you achieved, then you could be at peace with that goal. And that's when I like to get creative with the next goals. Once I reach a goal, it's done. It's in the past. I've achieved it. I'm at peace with it. But moving forward, now is when you could get creative in your next goals. So you don't have to stress over them yet, right? Once you start the work, maybe it becomes a little stressful. But first starting off, the process of creating goals shouldn't be stressful at all. You should be at peace with what you already accomplished, and then be creative with what you want next, and then you could be stressed out again about the goals. That is how I think you can achieve a relaxed life. In my thoughts, it's be at peace with what you accomplished, right? Everything I've accomplished in the past doesn't matter anymore. It's done, it's over with. Now let's be creative about what we can accomplish next, right? Being creative in terms of thinking high, thinking out of the box, thinking collaboratively with people. Then once the work starts, okay, now we're gonna lock in, we're gonna grind. It's gonna be stressful, it's gonna be long days, it's gonna suck, right? But once we get to those goals again, right? Take a breath, right? I'm at peace with it now because all that hard work I just did was worth it because I accomplished the goal I wanted. And that's how I interpreted this chapter in the book about breaking your habits of worry and achieving a relaxed life. So any questions in the chat here? What do we think? So what was my point of today's kind of lesson? One, I think you guys should read this book, The Power of Positive Thinking. The Power of Positive Thinking. Sorry, I can't talk. It's a game changer. It really put my mind in a new perspective about negativity, about faith, about a higher power, and about what you can do to actually control your own mind and control your goals. The only thing you can control in this life is this. It's the only thing you can control. Everything else is out of your control, right? I live in Florida, and we just had a Category 3 hurricane rip through my city. I can't control that. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all to me. I can't control that. All I can control about is my mind and what I do to either prepare for a storm like that, to evacuate from a storm like that, and get back to my life now. And look I got back last night at 12 o'clock, midnight. I'm up at 10 a.m. doing a live stream because I care that much. And if you go get this book, I believe it's on Amazon for like $15. It's a good read. A lot of people in the review said they don't like it because it is a little, I don't want to say religious, but it is a little preachy, like, preaching and talking to God. And if you're into that this book is even better for you. But someone who's not that religious, you might shy away from the religious stuff in it, but there's a lot of good points in here. It's only 215 pages. I read it in about, I'd say, a week of reading time, maybe. I took about a week break from it. But it took me 20 hours to read. So, second point. So, any comments before I get into the second point on the power of positive thinking? One last shot of it. Run to Amazon and get it if you guys, need some positive thoughts. So, second point I wanted to touch on today for today's episode. I don't know if anybody saw it, if anybody is really into this stuff, but I am. My grandfather was in the Air Force, and my grandfather is really into space and travel like that, space travel. So this morning I woke up and I saw that SpaceX was having their Starship. I believe that's the name of it. The Starship flight. Their 5th flight of Starship. So the first 4 were, I think, the first one was just getting Starship in the air, right? They got it in the air, they got it out of the atmosphere into outer space. Then the next couple were to actually launch Starship into the atmosphere. And then they were dialing in how to get the engines back down to Earth without them crashing. Because you guys remember back in the day with the NASA's space shuttle, right? It kind of looked like an airplane. It would take off and then it would re-enter the atmosphere with like kind of an airplane. But those boosters that would actually get the spaceship into air would just fall back down into the earth, hit the water, and they would be broken. So what Elon and SpaceX are doing is they are now using reusable engines, and the Starship is their biggest engine, right? So it's huge. This is like what's going to take people to Mars, to the moon. These are our latest models of space travel. So why today was so significant, and why the future of space travel is so bright with Elon and SpaceX, is because now this booster, so this is the very first time it happened today, and I'm gonna find the video here right now, is now these boosters can take off into space, and they fall back down, and computer algorithm, they land right where they took off from. So all they need is a simple refuel, maybe some mechanical fixes real quick, and they can launch those things back up again. So it's crazy. If you guys don't know what it looks like, let me show you guys what the Starship looks like. And let me display capture doesn't want to work. There we go. Oh, hang on, I gotta undo the trims. So this is it, right? This is Starship. So this is what it looks like before it's about to blast off, right? Pretty crazy. It's huge, right? It's like it's like an 8-story building. So I want to see. I was on SpaceX's official. So here it is. Here it is. Let's take a look. This is it coming back down to Earth. And it lands right where it took off from. So I don't know if you guys could hear this, but the SpaceX crew's going absolutely berserk, because that's their hard work. This is what they worked for all these years. I think this is the separation. Yep, see, this is where it separates from the spaceship, and now it begins its descent back down to Earth. And the video we saw second. So this is it on its way down, and then it makes its landfall, which is crazy, right? So I just wanted to touch on that. This is like a incredible marvel for space travel and for the future of space itself, because now we have reusable rockets that are cheap, efficient. Well, I wouldn't say they're cheap, but they're cheaper to reuse than to just build new ones like we used to do, right? We used to put billions of dollars into launching these things into space just for them to get broken and to never use again. Now we have reusable rockets, which are going to take people to Mars, come back down, land, go back up. And that is the way we have to do it. That is what Elon has been preaching for so long, is space travel has to be cheaper. And for it to be cheaper, you have to have reusable rockets, which we have now, which is crazy. So if you guys aren't up on SpaceX, go research what they're doing, because it's incredible stuff. And the Starship will be the first spacecraft to land people on Mars. So if there's no more questions in the chat, that's really all I had for today. The power of positive thinking. I really hope you guys could get the book, read it, and just apply it to your life. Apply it to every situation you're in. How can you think about this in a positive manner as opposed to a negative manner? And I also saw a stat. I don't know how true the stat is, but it's like positive thinkers. I will drop the link in the Taylor's Code 100%. I definitely will do that. I saw a stat on positive thinking people versus negative thinking people actually live longer. So people that have a positive outlook on life and a positive future goals or whatever it is, you just have a positive outlook on life, those people actually live longer than people who are negative, which is crazy. Which I could believe, because negative Nancy's, they're just trying to drag everything down, and then that comes to terms with your health when you get older. If you're negative about, oh, I'm sick here, I don't know if I'm gonna get better, but if you're positive and you're like, we're gonna get through this, we're gonna be healthy, we're gonna get our diet fixed, we're gonna exercise, we're gonna do all this positive thinking. It's actually proven now that you will live longer with a positive outlook on life as opposed to a negative. So, I started doing some research on positive thinking once I got the book and read it, and it's really good. So, if you guys liked the book review and you guys liked that, I'll start ordering some more books and I will start reading them. I know if you guys watched Priyama's live stream yesterday about being a professional communicator, he talked about reading books and he talked about projecting your voice while you're reading, like reading out loud. And it actually comes full circle about what he talked yesterday, because if you have a positive outlook on reading a book and reading it out loud, one, you're getting a 2-for-1. So not only are you going to be a better communicator and be able to speak more professionally while you're reading, you're also getting all the knowledge from the book. So you're killing two birds with one stone, right? You're getting better in multiple facets of life just by reading a book out loud. So any other book suggestions that you guys have read or anything, drop them in the comments below. But other than that, that's all I really had for today. Sunday conversation. I hope everyone is getting ready, hustling for the week upcoming. That's what I'll be doing here these next couple hours, just prepping for the week. Maybe go grab some lunch and just, kind of have a chill Sunday while I work is how I like to do it. I think the link, I think it's an Amazon link. Let me see if I can find it real quick before I get off the stream. But Sunday conversations, man, I love making these videos. I love just communicating with you guys and learning new stuff together. That's the goal, is that we learn this stuff together. So if I read a book next week and I put it out, I hope you guys will read it and do the same and take all the knowledge that I learned from this book and apply it to yourself as well. I think it's on Amazon. Amazon's book collection is just absolutely insane, and what you could get. Okay, it's only $11 on Amazon, so even cheaper than I thought. If you got $11 to go to Chipotle or Taco Bell, you got $11 to reshape your mind and how you think about life. 100%. I'm clicking on the link, it's not doing anything. Here we go. Okay, the paperback is $11. Audiobook is 99 cents. So if you don't want to read it, you just want to listen to it, 99 cents for audiobook. How long does it say the audiobook is? The audiobook will take you 10 hours to listen to. 2 hours a day for 5 days, and you'll read the book. Easy. If you really want to be a savage, you could do it in 1 day. Right? So I think I'm going to start a new series where I start doing a book review. I also have another one. Is it up here? I have a bookshelf above my desk here. I do have it. Let me grab that quick. So this one isn't really as much a, well, I guess it is kind of, self-improvement book, but this one is called 10-Minute Focus. So this one is really tiny, and what it is, it's broken up into a bunch of chapters that are like habits. So I don't know if you could see it, but it has different habits of what you could do. So not being perfect, finding your triggers, capture your ideas quickly, to-do list. different things that you could do to capture your focus in 10 minutes. And what people don't understand about, working hard, I think, and being consistent is you need to find systems that work for you, that you're able to do work at a high level for a long period of time. And what it really comes down to is being able to focus. So this book also helped me put the phone down while I'm working, put some other things down. Well, I mean, having a MacBook helps because my messages just pop up on my computer, but being able to focus on one thing at a time is super important. And this book just kind of goes through different things there. So maybe I'll talk about this next time. I'll make some points on here about procrastination and not being perfect, but just starting on something. You don't have to be perfect, and background noise and your environment while you're working. If you can see this environment that I work in, it's very quiet. There's nothing going on. There's not even anything on the walls. There's just a bed here. It's just, just where people sleep when they come hang out with me. But yeah, this is 25 habits for mastering your concentration. So maybe I'll touch on this next week. If you guys are interested, I'll make some points on this one. So a little teaser for next week. But other than that, that's all I had for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I hope you guys are in the Taylor's Code, working hard today. If you're in the Taylor's Code, I want to hear what you guys are working on today. So go in there in the community discussion boards and drop what you're working on today. Drop it under my link to this YouTube video. All right, I just posted in there the link to this live stream. Go on that video link in the Taylor's Code community page and drop what you thought about the video and what you're working on today to improve your life and to improve your positive thinking. All right, that's all I had for you guys. I'm out.